Hey guys, Rock here, Island Pond, Vermont. Today I got a 2014 Polaris RZR 50-inch. This is a trail version, EPS, limited edition. It's the Blue Fire edition. So they only made this color 1 year. They made a few colors that were similar, but you could only get this color, this specific color, in 2014. And so this is a nice little buggy. Really, these 50-inch are not a whole lot bigger than an ATV. A little bit longer, but not much. As you can see, this has got the automotive paint, real nice looking, and somebody's got a homemade half windshield on there. This little thing in the back is extra, but other than that, it's pretty much stock. Oh yeah, the tires, these are 26-inch Roctane STI Roctanes. So those are not standard with this vehicle. Usually they come with 25-inch Maxxis, I believe. So these are a little worn, but they do grab pretty good. So yeah, nice little overview. I'm going to take this thing for a ride in a second and we'll see how it goes. Show you the inside here. It's got these nets, which are not great, but they're better than nothing, I guess. I'd rather have doors. Full tilt steering wheel. Seats. So the seats are adjustable, but they're not easily adjustable. You have to pull them off, pull them out of the machine, and then there's some torque screws underneath that you need to move. But I just usually run it all the way back. So speedometer, four-wheel drive switch, or all-wheel drive switch, light switch, key switch, gear selector. Let's go for a ride. Yeah, so we'll hop in here. Tilt wheel, you just hold that and bring it down to wherever you want. It's there's no gears or anything. It's just on this piston, so you can put it literally anywhere you want, or in between. Nets will fasten up. Okay, so key switch, turn it on, let the fuel pipe pump cycle, just fire it up. Always starts very easily. This gauge is pretty nice. You got the your RPMs, your temp, your voltage, hour meter, trip meter, total miles. So yeah, let's take it for a ride. So this, they actually discontinued the RZR in 2014, or not the RZR, but the RZR 800. And any of the 800 engines they discontinued in 2014. So this was the last year of this. So it should be the most refined, you would think, as far as the engine. Well, yeah, engine goes. I think they still use this chassis in the RZR 570. Could be wrong, but it looks very similar to this. I know when you jump up to the 900 and 1000, it's completely different. Right off the bat, this does have a clutch kit to handle the bigger tires. So you know the clutch engages around, maybe 1900, 2000 RPM, somewhere around there. It actually seems good. It's smooth takeoff and everything. So that's good. And so yeah, 50-inch, very small, kind of low to the ground, but these little bit bigger tires, we do have more ground clearance than stock anyways. So we're gonna go through a few different tests with this thing, and at the very end I'll do a little top speed run. I'm pretty sure this thing does about 60. Probably take a minute to get there, but These 800s are not overly powered, but they do okay. I mean, you can still have fun with them. Swing the rear end around, but with these trails or 50-inch, you got to remember that they're a lot less stable than some of the wider machines. So, but some people are limited to 50-inch. So if you know, and these things can go anywhere an ATV can, pretty much. You're a little higher with the roof, whereas on the ATV you can duck under some stuff. But so this has power steering, super light steering, and I mean, there's not much feedback at all. It's real nice, actually. So we're gonna test out the all-wheel drive system right here, and I think we got a shorter wheelbase than some side-by-sides, so I'm not sure how that's gonna be, if it's gonna be better or worse, but we'll throw it in low range and all-wheel drive. You can see the little all-wheel drive light pop up there. A little off camber with these rocks. So you can see, you know, it feels tippy. It's fairly stable, but just feels like you're gonna go over sometimes. You gotta kind of get the feeling of how far you can push these little things. But anyways, climbed up that pretty good. So low range, very controllable, and I'm actually in all-wheel drive right now still, and there's no difference in the steering. It still feels really light. I mean, it literally is one finger steering if you wanted to do. But so we'll go ahead and I'll see what we can do in low range. I'm not sure. Because having a nice low range where you can keep it in low range for quite a while is nice. So around 20 miles an hour, we're at about 5,500 RPMs. These 800s, I think, they're only good for around 6,000. Yeah, 6,200 RPMs if you're hitting the rev limiter. So about 20 miles an hour is what you're gonna do with a low range with this thing. So it's not bad, but we'll see what we can do. We're gonna come up to a rock pile here. It's gonna really test the ground clearance or lack thereof with this machine. I don't like that stone, but we're high enough to go over that. I think the ground clearance on a standard 50-inch RZR 800 is around, I want to say 10 inches. It could be a little less than that, I'm not sure, but we are raised up about an inch with the STI Roctanes. Now with those Roctanes, they actually run almost 2 sizes over a stock tire, so technically, or they measure out to about a 27-inch tire. You couldn't go any bigger than that on this machine because without doing a lift kit, because you'd hit the inner fender wells. So I'm gonna throw it in all-wheel drive right now. I'm still in low range. This is the rock pile I was talking about. It's usually you get hung up on pretty much anything except the highest machines that I've seen. This one will definitely get hung up on it, but we'll see how she comes out. I don't want to hit too hard yet. We are hitting bottom. But it crawled right through there without even spinning the tire. The all-wheel drive system in these Polarises are very good. Some people don't like them. I'm not sure if they've had problems with them in the past, but most of the time, as long as you keep your fluids changed, I mean, they work so good, and they're usually very reliable from what I found anyways. I'm gonna throw it back in two-wheel drive. I'll still run low range because kind of a slow paced here, and these 800s are kind of known for, if you run high range a lot when you're going slow, they're known for the drive belts to start burning up a little bit. You got to replace them, but if you use your head, use low range where you should. I mean, you could run high range here, no problem. I'll show you, but you know, you just don't want to be lugging it too much. But you know, going, I don't know, we're only doing 5-10 miles an hour. You can definitely run high range. So this machine is actually, it's very fun because it's small. It's got a short wheelbase. It'll fit pretty much anywhere you want it to. The downfall is the suspension travel on this thing. It doesn't have a lot compared to your 60-inch side-by-sides and or bigger. So, you know, it rides pretty good going 5-10 miles an hour, but you start hitting the rocks and stuff going faster, you're gonna really notice the suspension is lacking. So while we're going downhill, this machine does not have engine braking. I believe you can put it on these 800s, but this one doesn't come with it. So what that means is I let go of the gas, you hear it just freewheel, and it just wants to take off very fast. Great if you're going down long hills, but you know, like on roads, but on these trails, I like an engine braking. What you can do is just throw it in low range, and that'll kind of hold it back better. Or just feather the throttle and keep that clutch engaged, and then you're not using your brakes constantly going down these hills. But, yeah, anyways, that was a slow pace. By the way, I don't know about you guys, but this is probably one of my favorite looking RZR 800s. I love the color scheme. I don't know, to me it just looks sharp. But anyways, so we're gonna hit the little bit faster pace, high range, and we'll see what she can do. We're doing about 30 right there, and you know, it really feels pretty stable at that speed on flat ground anyways, but you start pushing it too much, doing some real sharp corners, you can kind of feel that body roll. Now this one does have its front sway bars removed due to it wanted to make it ride smoother over some of that stuff when you're going slow. Let me put my windshield down, you might be able to hear me better. But yeah, it's a good machine. It can still keep up with many of your new side-by-sides. It does not have the horsepower of the new ones, obviously. Well, it's got more than the 570, so you're probably on par with the 570. So one thing nice about this is such small, I can't, I mean, I can take the lock off the gate, but with the four-wheelers I can fit under it. This I can't, but I can go right in between these. I cannot do that with a 60-inch side-by-side. Alright, so we're going to come out to the road here. We're going to see what this thing can do. Like I said, I've had these 800s before, and usually they're somewhere between 50 and 60 miles an hour. But every machine's different, so we're going to try it. So dead stop, and I'll just pin it, two-wheel drive, see what we can do. You can see the acceleration. and go to the top speed. It'll be bouncing off its rev limiter, I'm sure, but let's go. So it gets to 30 pretty quick, 40's not bad, and then she's still climbing. 55 there, I believe. Nope, felt the rev limiter kick in. Yeah, speedometer might be off a little bit because of the tires. So yeah, it's bouncing off its rev limiter there at about 6,400 RPMs. I'll put that back down. As you can see, I mean, it's plenty fast enough. It's got plenty of power to pretty much do whatever you need. So I don't know. To me, I really like the RZR 800s. They're, for the most part, a reliable machine. It's old push rod style engine, inline twin. It's got a unique sound, kind of like the Arctic Cat Wildcat Trail 700. Very similar sound. These ones are a little bit noisier because of the older style push rod versus the overhead cam. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I got plenty more on there if you want to check out some of the other machines I've been testing out. And this machine is for sale. It is September 27th, 2021 right now, so I am selling this if anybody is looking and you're not too far away, but probably looking to get around 8,000 right now for it. Yeah, anyways, have a good one, and thanks for watching.